Today's message is coming through the cow energy, and the message is how we can find our way in this world that we're living in now, with all the uncertainties and the way that we're feeling so lost. So many of us are lost, feel so lost and disconnected. They said when you look to the cow energy, they said the message there is about the nurturing and taking care of yourself and your love for yourself. It's to look inwardly. They said that is the first step that we're all needing to do, is to come back to ourselves and look inwardly and start to heal ourselves, love ourselves, recognize the new you that is there to be found. They said looking after yourself with respect. They said that's what is needed. They said, and also that will help you bring everything back into alignment. They said our thoughts are so scattered in so many different directions at the moment because there is so much unknown to the world, to us all, just in our daily living. They said this way, start bringing it back and tending to yourself and loving yourself. They said, and you will start to see through different eyes. They said you will emerge into the world just doing that, looking through open eyes in a different way. They said it's also will help you to renew your sense of purpose and the power that comes with that. They said that is where people are feeling so lost and disconnected. They don't know their purpose. They don't know how to survive or where to go. And they said we've all got to start looking inwardly for our answers. They said outwardly, like we have been doing through time, has got us into this position now, that others are just as uncertain as what you are. And this is what we've got to recognise, that going to others, we're just taking on their problems which they can't see clearly. And yet, you know, like we're all like it, we seem to know what we think we know what's better for everyone else other than ourselves. So they said going inwardly and looking at yourselves, getting yourself back on your feet, getting yourselves grounded and balanced. And to do that, they said, like the cow energy is feet on the ground. They said on the earth. They said, you know, if you can lay on the ground, put your hands in the earth, plant, you know, start growing food for yourselves, vegetables, plants, whatever, herbs, whatever you would like for yourselves, but just get your hands in that soil, get yourselves grounded. Or if you can, go for a walk. I know the weather holds a lot of people back these days, but even if you can just walk or stand barefooted on the ground for a while, it all helps centre us. It might not seem that way at the moment because you're feeling so stressed out, but all these actions will come together. And they said even sitting with your back up against a tree, they said that will energise you and ground you as well. They said the changes are happening so rapidly, and this is why we're getting so lost at times. It feels at times there's no pause in between. And they said we're having to adjust our thinking to survive. And this is where people are getting so scared and put off, because they're having to do things in a way and think in a way they've never thought before. But they said all this will come when you start connecting with your inner self. They said all the answers will start to flow once you get that connection, that inner connection to your higher power. It is a feeling or a voice deep in your gut, or sometimes people feel it or hear it around the heart area. That is your inner knowing, your inner power, your higher power, who is there that knows what's best for you and for you only. And this is what you're needing to trust in and get to know. They said we're having to sort of think about ourselves and others and our communities and the way we do things so differently. And we're needing to lift the blame and the fault of others. They said when we're looking at others and blaming others for our predicament or for whatever is going on, it creates a heavy load for us, and it becomes our load. We're carrying it, and then it's blocking us internally, our thinking and everything, because we're so busy blaming others. They said we've got to try and lift that blame and fault in our thinking so that we can free ourselves from it. They said this type of thinking and blaming others is what keeps us at times isolated and alone and feeling alone. So they said just go with this now and go inwardly. They said don't look outwardly for answers, look inwardly and start there, but start with loving yourselves and nurturing yourselves. They said as individuals we are needing now to find our way. Okay, that is today's message. God bless.